Hello, my good people. Good to see you again. I go by the name Neville Ambonya. Today's episode is about forgiveness. Forgiving yourself and also forgiving that person that offended you or wronged you. Forgiveness actually means giving up expectation that whatever happened in the past would have happened differently, or actually letting go, actually releasing. There are two parts of forgiveness. There is the part of forgiving and there is the part of forgetting. Forgiving means letting go, just releasing that hurt, releasing that grudge. And forgetting means refocusing on something better. You don't focus on what he or she did to you. You focus on something else. That in the sense that when he comes back or she comes back asking for help, you can gladly help because you decided to let go. You decided to forget about whatever she did or he did. And this statement that says, refusing to forgive is like taking poison and expecting the other person to die. Meaning, normally poison kills you slowly. So when you hold on to those anger, when you hold on to those grudges, that you're wishing that person encounters problem, and he or she will come back asking for your help, and you'll gladly refuse because now you will feel well vindicated. You will feel, now I've avenged that offense. I can assure you that is really killing you slowly. So for you to experience a nice thing, you experience, you know, when you refuse to forgive, normally you will experience sleepless nights because you'll find yourself in the middle of the night just thinking about whatever he or she did. Number two, you will find yourself not being able to eat, not being able to do your things wisely or in the right way because there is something deep down that is eating you. You've hold on to the grudge. So there is this story in the Bible where Paul took Barnabas and Mark, and they decided to embark on a journey whereby they were spreading the gospel. So along the way, Mark deserted them. Mark decided to go back home, and this angered Paul so much because Paul had devoted his time and soul toward teaching Mark, and Mark would all of a sudden decide to go back. So this angered Paul so much. Until when they reached, even by then, Barnabas tried to talk to Paul that Paul should forgive Mark. But Paul decided that he would never forgive Mark for his mistake, for what he did by deserting them. So when Paul was locked up in jail, this grudge kept eating him so much. It kept breaking him so much. Until one day he decided to, I have to forgive Mark for me to get some comfort. So he sent Mark. There were things he wanted Timothy to bring him. So he asked Timothy, when he was coming to visit Paul while he was in prison, he should accompany him. He should come with Mark, so that they could sort their differences. Paul knew that he could not die with that grudge. That grudge was bringing sleepless nights toward him. So he had to make sure that they have sorted their differences. Even Jesus said that you should forgive your friend or your neighbor 7 times, 77 times a day, because he knows that man is to error. Man is prone to make mistakes. So you, my friend, you, my people, just don't have too much expectation towards people, because when you have too much expectation towards these other people or your friends or your partners or your kids, they are going to break them, and when they break them, this brings hurt, this brings pain. So when you are you know that man is meant to make mistakes, then you'll be able to live well with people. And when that person makes mistakes, you know that he was meant to make mistakes. So you'll be able to release it, you'll be able to let go. Because I can remember this time when a girlfriend, a wife that I had, there's something that she did that really broke me. So when I forced myself toward seeking justice, that was actually when I was going back. That was actually bringing pain onto my life, because there are things that you cannot control. One, you cannot control what the other person does, but you can control how you respond to that situation, how you respond to offense. Because I could not be able to control the legal justice in this country. So there are times I would feel like these policemen they are planning to take bribe. They are planning to set this person free. So I was pursuing this case with all my being, with everything that I had. Little did I know that this was actually not helping at all. So when I decided to let go, when I decided to just let the justice take its course, that is beyond my reach. I cannot serve justice. There are relevant people who can serve justice. So I just decided that let them do what they want to do with that woman. And that is when I got some comfort. That is when I was starting to heal. Because when you hold on so much to revenge, normally it pulls you back. It makes you suffer more. But when you decide to let go, when you decide to heal, because let me tell you, we are all prone to cause harm, to break people's expectation. But how would you expect that person to treat you when you've broken his or her expectation? You'll expect a human behavior from that other person. So learn to be lenient with people. Because I can assure you, after whatever she did, I just went back to visit her while she was in prison. So this one was actually I was actually testing myself if I had let go, if I had forgotten the act or the problem she caused toward me. Because I even brought her things. I took soap, towels, everything that she needed while she was there. And when I visited her, this gave me some comfort. I realized that forgiving and forgetting gives you comfort. It gives you peace. Because I found myself when I left that place, I felt relaxed, peaceful. It's like there was a burden that was offset from me. So, guys, just forgive and forget. That is the remedy towards grudges. That is the remedy toward progress. If you want to progress, just forgive and forget. Don't let that grudge hinder you from progressing. Because you will not progress. You will be diverging. You will go back. You will go back to square one because you are holding on to this anger. And this one normally blocks your brain. You will tend to be there praying for that person to encounter problem instead of praying for yourself to move on. Just ask God to help you forgive that person. Yes, it's not easy. I know. I was there. It wasn't easy. Imagining that person would be set free, it wasn't easy. But now, after I learned that man is error. And that even if that person has committed murder, even if that person has done something that was so ambiguous to you, just forgive him or her. Because just understand this, that we are all humans and we are all meant to make mistakes. There is that seed that is planted deep down in our brain that when it is triggered, like anger, when you are agitated, you will find yourself doing things that you will come to regret later. So how do you expect to be treated when you are the one that is in the wrong? So how you expect to be treated, just understand the other person who has wronged you also expect to be treated that way. Because even the Bible says, we are meant to make mistakes. Jesus said it, forgive your neighbor 7 times 77. He knew that when you forgive, there is something that inside you has been birthed, a new belief, new ideas, a new energy, new peace after forgiving. So, beloved, forgive those people that have done you wrong. Let go, forget, and thank you.